Welcome, everybody, to this CDAO magazine interview. My name is Julian Schirmer. I'm co-founder of OEO and academic director at HEC Paris, and have the joy today to invite Benoit Lepetit, Group CDO of Saint-Gobain, to our special series where we're going to discuss the why, how, and what of different large corporations on the topic of data and AI. Welcome, Benoit.
Hello, Julian. Thank you for the invitation.
Wonderful. Benoit, could you perhaps quickly introduce yourself to our audience?
So my name is Benoit Lepetit, and I'm the Chief Data and Analytics of Saint-Gobain. I joined Saint-Gobain in 2019 after 15 years in banking. And I'm driving the transformation of the group since 2021 in data and analytics space and serving the purpose of Saint-Gobain about making a world a better home.
Wonderful. So we got already a little teaser of what Saint-Gobain is actually all about. And perhaps we can actually start with this. Saint-Gobain is a really, really big French company, but it's not perhaps known to everybody. So could you give us a little introduction, Benoit, and also Saint-Gobain? What is the organization about?
Absolutely. Saint-Gobain is a worldwide company in construction material. We are the leader in sustainable construction material, and we are in 70 countries with 170,000 people working for Saint-Gobain. Just to give an idea, Saint-Gobain is providing something like 80% of materials to build any kind of building around the world. So we have a leading force around, particularly an ambition in reduction of CO2 footprint. It is a global impact because the building, from the construction until the usage of building, represent 45% of the CO2 footprint worldwide. So our target as a global leader is to drive this transformation in order to meet this very difficult objective of 2050 about carbon neutrality.
That's fascinating. I think when we talk about these types of industries, first of all, you have a lot of very tangible products and materials, and it's very interesting how this links then back to the whole data and AI journey. And then, of course, sustainability, just per definition, is a really big driver for you. So could you give us an understanding of what does data and AI play a role within the Saint-Gobain universe? What are the core drivers that you focus on when you talk about data and AI at Saint-Gobain?
Without a lot of surprise, sustainability is at the heart of our strategy and is at the heart of the usage of data and AI in Saint-Gobain. Because we want to leverage data in order to monitor, reduce the carbon emission across manufacturing processes. But more than this, we want also to serve our customer. So we have a customer centricity. I will go even further. We have a customer obsession, and using AI to better understand the customer in terms of preferences or to deliver tailored solution is fundamental. As an industrial group, also, the operational efficiency is at the heart of our ability to deliver even more efficient solution at a cost-effective base using optimizing supply chain production processes, particularly through predictive analytics.
Yeah, so that's interesting. You're actually combining a lot of really different topics when we think about data and AI, right? You have the customer centricity that we see in many organizations. We have sustainability that we have for core factors. Then we have internal operational efficiency as well. So I think there's a lot of different parallels. If you think now about very concretely, if you would say we need to prioritize on something, it's something that we really try to push with data and AI, you would have to choose. What could we look into in the Saint-Gobain world? What you really try to drive right now?
I would say let's resume that by what we call the 3C. The 3C is customer, competition, and collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, customer is our obsession. It's how we deliver from the product, the solution, to the needs of the customer. We can understand behind this that this ability using information modelization and the ability to drive this solution to the need using AI and Gen AI capabilities is at the heart of our transformation. Of course, collaboration, the way that we improve our internal efficiency, is serving this purpose in the same way using GenAI. Sustainability, energy savings, optimization is also the topic of now, the past, and the future in order to be efficient in terms of energy. The energy crisis that we have known is, of course, something that rise a warning call and accelerate this around all the furnaces in Saint-Gobain where we put analysis, but more than this, predictive actions in order to optimize this energy consumption.
This is very interesting. I think there's some parallels as well to our colleagues from Schneider Electric, which is obviously also working in the building sector. And I think what is interesting for them as well, sustainability is really a core topic. And they see it from two sides. The one side is what you just mentioned of saying, look, can we actually help our clients be more sustainable, and which contribution can we do to that? But at the same time, AI and data is using a lot of energy by itself. And you need to see how do you reduce the energy footprint of leveraging AI. Do you have any approach or ways of how do you deal with this? Yes, we're going to use AI for sustainability, but at the same time, we need to be aware of how this is actually impacting energy consumption from AI.
It's a very interesting question. In reality, let's face the facts. We are industrial group, and industrial group is using a lot of energy in the production. What represents IT and AI is inside the IT scope is something like 0.3% of our CO2 footprint. So in order to achieve our ambition, let's first prioritize our action toward reducing the energy around I need gas, I need fuel, I need electricity in order to produce materials. It's where basically we are very active, but also in the usage of the resources, Earth's resources, in order to diminish, reuse, to have circularity in the way that we are producing. Let's take an example. The flat glass that we are producing, we can go up to 70% of what we call cullets, meaning that it's reusing the glass that have been already produced in past batches. So it is very important to understand that, of course, AI is consuming a lot of energy, but at this stage of our transformation, regarding the challenge that represent industrial production with highly consumable energy, it is clearly our ambition is first to prioritize the diminishing usage of energy. As said our CEO, the best energy is the energy that we don't use.
I think this is a super interesting case. This is what really fascinates me talking about the different industries, because I fully agree we have to choose the right battles, right? And often we have the situation that people say, yeah, AI is bad because it's actually consuming so much energy. But true, but if it helps us to reduce a lot of energy in other areas, we should definitely do it. And we need to think about what do we price. So I really like that approach. Perhaps just to get a feeling. Now you gave us a one example already. Is there like a project that you could share with us what you're doing with data and AI in your context, where you would say, look, this is something that we could get a feeling of what data and AI really means in Saint-Gobain?
Absolutely. I will cut data and AI in two aspects: the access to information and the optimization to action. One ambition is to get all the information to all the collaborators in frictionless mode. We create a marketplace where basically producer and consumer can meet at one place. But we connected that with GenAI, particularly in the ability to link a semantic request to directly the answer in terms of what is the volume of production in my country for this plant inside a larger data set or inside a report. This will transform the way that we use information in the action that we want to plan. And particularly with no technicality. Before, we were used to have reports built by IT teams in order to modelize data and give it access to consumer. Now it's really decentralized production, giving access to one place to all the consumer from all the technology possible, from API to directly query in semantic way, in order to have the answer that you are looking at the time that you need to take the action.
Love it. And it's definitely something that we're going to be looking into quite a lot. Now, the second part where we talk about how do you actually make it happen and how do you deal with this data products, because I think it's really at the core of what we do for organizations. Now, perhaps just one last question on this. Why? So you talked a lot about the positive aspects, right? You shared with us what you really want to focus on the 3 Cs, how important it is to advance in sustainability. If we look a little bit on the potential threat that you have, because data and AI is changing quite significantly our business environment, do you see anything that challenges your business model, your way of doing? Because, for example, some other players could be using data and AI different ways, or supply chains are changing, or any reason that you see where you say, oh, we need to be a little bit aware of how our environment is changing.
Yeah, as I described in this receipt, there is competition. We are in a very competitive environment where everybody in an environment where Gen AI, and data products are more and more a commodity. So it gives you basically a easiest way to manipulate this. Before, you were needed to have large investment in order to build teams, in order to produce code. Now, basically, you can have this in a very easiest way, and it will go further in that. So it's all about this. It's the ability to be in the driver's seat in order to lead this competition, in order to win this battle in front of all our competitors, and to offer also the market the ability to drive a global filière, as we say, in order to meet this ambition. Because on top of our competition is to serve our customers that are buildings with our materials, and it will be a planet objective in terms of CO2 footprint reduction, or to access the net zero carbon. In many countries in 2050, we will need to renovate a lot of buildings, and we will need to have solutions that are able to be net zero carbon. It's our ambition to meet this very demanding objective. So we need to use any kind of capabilities, from research in terms of formulation, helped by AI and Gen AI, but also in our ability to optimize our supply chain, to find agility in the reduction to meet these demands, and to ensure the traceability also of our data, to meet this difficult concept about saying that what I produce, I can certify that it's a product that is net zero carbon. So it's all about that. It's all about also merging, doing the bridge between the needs of I want to create a facade, and I'm able in Saint-Gobain to give you the solution with 80 products of Saint-Gobain to create this facade with a net zero carbon impact. It's the ambition. We're already doing that through solution. And we understand that this ability to combine with agility to meet the demand, it's something that will give us a clear competitive advantage and continue to meet also this worldwide challenge of net zero carbon in 2050.
That's what I appreciate so much at Saint-Gobain. You have like a clear focus of what you want to achieve, but you're really aware of how complex it is to achieve that, because you need to think about your customers, your collaborations, your competitions, and really rethinking how you do your business and run it. So I think it's really fascinating. So thank you very much. In this first part of the interview, we look now into why. I think we have a better understanding. Thank you very much, Benoit, for sharing that. In the second interview, we'll actually focus on how do we make that a reality at Saint-Gobain. So thank you very much, and see you in the next interview.
Thank you.